today's video is going to be about my favorite products of the last few months. Because I've been away from my blog and from my YouTube for a little while, I haven't actually updated you on my favorite products. And if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen a few snaps of things that I've been buying, but I haven't sat down or actually written a review or just like done favorites videos in a very long time. So I thought I'd show you the products that have got me through the last four to 5 months. So I've kept all of my products in this makeup bag here, which is from the Camouflage company. I have a review of this bag already on my channel. I'll leave the link to the review down below. But yeah, it's a huge bag, as you can see. I have had this makeup bag packed for the last few months, definitely over the last 3 months. It's all in here, from something basic to something more elaborate. Take this as like what's in my makeup bag, an updated version, or monthly favorites of, I don't know, since September, October, November, December, January. The last thing I want to quickly address before getting into the video is my nasal voice and my sniffling. I do apologise for that. I have a cold at the moment. But anyway, I'm not going to go into detail about this bag anymore because I do have a full review of it. But I will show the contents of the bag. So I'm going to start with skincare and face products. And the first product I have to share with you is something that might be a little bit controversial, and it is makeup remover wipes. Now, I know you're not supposed to remove your makeup just with makeup remover wipes. You're supposed to do the whole cleansing routine, and I love doing a cleansing routine, but the last thing I've wanted to do is to be standing over my sink and just doing a very long cleansing routine over the months that I've been feeling quite sick and had lots of nausea. So I have shamelessly resorted to my all-time favorite makeup remover wipes for when I've had makeup on my face, and these are the Johnson's Face Care Makeup Be Gone Refreshing Wipes for normal skin. It's the one with the pink packaging, and these are my absolute favorites. I have repurchased these over, I'd say, 25 to 50 times, and that's how much I like them. They remove every little bit of makeup. They leave my skin feeling really soft and clean and literally no visible traces of makeup. Obviously, because they're not proper cleansers, there will be makeup left which will be removed with a proper cleanser. I do recommend these, highly recommend them. Doesn't leave my skin feeling greasy, and it doesn't dry my skin out. Another skincare product that I have been loving, this is a new discovery. It's the Benefit It's Potent Eye Cream, and I got this very recently as part of like a press sample kit. But ever since trying this, I have fallen in love with it. The texture of this eye cream is just so nice. It's quite thick, so it's something that I would recommend applying very little if you're putting on makeup over the top of it. I don't know if you can see it there, but it dries very velvety smooth on the skin, and the way that I've been liking to use this is actually all over my skin, not just under the eyes, and it just gives my skin such a smooth base to work with, and I absolutely love the formula of this. Then moving on to sort of makeup prep, I have been loving my MAC Fix Plus. This is just like a spray to set your makeup and to refresh your face when you're feeling a bit sweaty or whatever. But I've been using this to wet my beauty blender before I apply foundation with it. Now, one of the downsides of the beauty blender, I'm actually going to show you. I can't believe I'm going to show you my very dirty beauty blender. This is the state of my beauty blender. I do apologize. It is very dirty. But one of the downsides of the beauty blender is that you always have to have the trouble of going to a sink, wetting it, and then wringing it out so it's damp and ready for makeup application. I find with the MAC Fix Plus, I just spray a few times the beauty blender and it's damp enough for it to blend the foundation really well into my skin, and that has worked for me very well. So I highly recommend trying this if you haven't tried your MAC Fix Plus or whatever setting spray you have. My foundation of choice for this combination here has been the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. No surprises there. It's my all-time favourite foundation, and it's one that I can count on for any occasions, anything that I need. The shade that I'm currently wearing is 3.5, and this is one shade lighter than the shade that I'm usually matched to, which is 5.5. You may think that a one shade lighter would have been 4.5, but I went to a counter and I got myself matched, and it wasn't. 4.5 was actually darker than 5.5, which was strange. So I got matched to 3.5, which is what I've got on today on my face, and it's a perfect match for my current skin tone. I am actually very pale at the moment for my skin tone, and this is just a very quick swatch of what 3.5 looks like. Might be a bit too bright for you to see. If you've got similar skin tone to mine and you're finding that 5.5 is slightly too dark, give 3.5 a go, don't give 4.5 a go. So when I went to pick up this shade 3.5, I was looking for a new concealer to try, and the lady at the counter recommended to me the Giorgio Armani Maestro Eraser Dark Circle Concealer, and the shade that she matched me to was shade number 4, as you can see at the back there. I like this, I really do like this. As you'll be able to see, it's a lot thinner than the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, if you know what the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer is like. It covers my dark circles really well, it covers blemishes really well, and it sets lovely on the skin. But I do find that it's not as long wearing as the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. It's just a little bit too runny for my taste sometimes. For the price, I don't think I'll be repurchasing this, but this is what I've been using on my face for a very long time. Right now, this shade number 4 is getting slightly too dark for me. I can get away with it on some of my blemishes, but if I try and put it under my eyes, it really does nothing for my under eye area. It covers my dark circles, but it doesn't brighten anything under that area, so it just looks really flat and dull. So maybe if I try a shade lighter of this, I'll be happier with how it looks on my skin. But I have not let go of my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. It has been in my makeup bag permanently. I have 2 shades of it here. The shade on the right is NC25 and the shade on the left is NW20. And these are the 2 shades that I think suit me the most for everything I need. NC25 is perfect for blemishes and for everything else around my face other than dark circles, and NW20 is perfect for my under eye circles. Last but not least, concealer wise, I've got my current favourite. It's a new discovery, relatively new discovery. It's the MAC Prep and Prime, what's it called? Prep and Prime Highlighter in Light Boost. This is what it looks like. I have actually discovered this watching someone apply this on a YouTube video, and it sort of fascinated me, the coverage and the way that the skin looked so perfect after the application of this concealer. It's much like the YSL Touche Eclat concealer, which I have and I really like, but it's got a thicker consistency, a little bit more like the MAC Pro Longwear concealer, and it sets very quickly. So the way I use this, I generally apply my under eye concealer after my foundation, and then I put powder and everything, do my eye makeup and put mascara on, and then I apply this on like a triangle kind of shape underneath my eyes and blend it in, and it just looks flawless. I've recommended this to everybody that I've had the chance to recommend it to. My mum got one, my sister got one, my brother's girlfriend got one. Light Boost is the one that I think sort of gives me the highlighted effect under the eyes, and it's not too light either, because I was a little bit concerned that it looked a bit light and I thought maybe it's going to look like really white under my eyes. But once it's blended, it looks absolutely fine. Now for powder, the one that I used for most of the 5 months was my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural powder in medium dark, which looks like this. And this is just an old favorite. I've mentioned this many times. and I've had this product for a very long time. I like this, but it's never been like my favorite powder. I've always looked for something better than it until I've actually found something better than it, and it is beautiful. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, and I'm sure most of you have heard of this beautiful palette. It is a lovely little palette, very pretty, very luxurious, and it comes with 3 powders in it. And the one here on the right is called Dim Light, then the middle one is Incandescent Light, and the one on the left is called Radiant Light. Now, I've had this for quite a while. I didn't really know what to do with it. The name doesn't really tell you what it is. It's ambient lighting palette. So I just put it away and hoped that I wouldn't miss it. But I found it again, and I did a quick little Google and YouTube and found some videos of how people use these powders, and I fell in love completely. I know that this palette is probably so frustrating for most of you because it's really expensive, but the way I like to use this, I will tell you in order how I use each powder. I use this one here called Radiant Light as my setting powder, so all over the face after foundation and concealer. Then I use the one in the middle, which is Incandescent Light, as a highlighter on the bridge of my nose, the high points of my cheeks, my forehead, and sometimes a little bit on my chin. And then the last one here, Dim Light, I use as a bronzer. Because it's a warmer shade, it really does look really nice as a very natural bronzer, and I've got it on today. And if you put quite a lot of it, put a lot of effort into blending it, you can get quite a decent pigmentation out of it. I know that probably in the summer it won't show up on my skin as much when I have a tan, but now that I don't have a tan, it shows up really, really nicely. And as you can see close up, the shades are actually different. They're not all the same. This one here is a more nudie shade. The one in the middle is more pearlescent champagne, and the one on the right is a lot warmer. Another bronzer that I've been loving is the Rimmel Natural Bronzer Waterproof something. It's rubbed off the packaging, so I can't really read what it says, but the shade is number 25 Sun Glow, as you can see from the back there, I hope. Yeah, and this is just a cheapie that I got from Rimmel, £3 something, £3.50, but it has been amazing, absolutely blown me away. It's a great bronzer, it's great for contouring on my skin, and I find it looks really nice on me, and I have enjoyed using this bronzer. For blusher, I've only used one blusher, and it is the MAC, what's it called? MAC Sheer Tone Shimmer Blush in Peachy Keen, and this is like my first sheer tone shimmer blush. Mostly I've got matte blushes from MAC, but I was looking for something to replace my Inica Mineral Blush in Peachy Keen because it's a loose blush and it's not very travel friendly, and I love the colour of that. So I was just googling dupes of those, and I stumbled upon the MAC Peachy Keen blush, which is an absolutely perfect dupe for the Inica blush. It's very pretty. It can be very bright if you want it to be bright. It can be a lot more subdued if you want it to be subdued, and I just love this shade. It's what also I've got on my face. Pretty much everything here I've got on my face today, but I love this blush and I highly, highly recommend it. It's somewhere in between a coral and a pink with some gold shimmer, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. Now on to the last face thing, I think, is my eyebrow product. Nothing different here. It's only been my MAC eyeshadow in Carbon, which is a matte black shade that I have shown many times on my videos. For the eyes, there have only been 2 mascaras that I've been using consistently. The one is the Benefit They're Real mascara, which is my all-time favourite mascara. You guys know that I love this mascara so much. The other mascara that I've been using for more sort of like daytime and very neutral makeup looks is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. And I think this is quite an old mascara on the market, although there are new versions of this mascara coming out all the time. But I only discovered it sort of like in the middle of the year, and I really like it. As you can see, the brush is tiny, very, very small. It doesn't give me a lot of volume, but it separates my lashes really well, and it doesn't really, there's nothing special about it, but there's nothing bad about it at the same time. So I've enjoyed this mascara sort of like for daytime when I don't want the hassle of removing the Benefit They're Real mascara, because this is really long wearing on the eyelashes, and when I remove my makeup at night, it's the hardest part, is to get rid of this mascara. For eyeliners, I bought myself just before Christmas, I think it was actually Christmas Eve, and I Instagrammed a picture of it. I bought the Urban Decay eyeliner kit that comes with 4 or 5 eyeliners in a little box, and they are dual-ended versions of their most famous eyeliners. And the one that I really wanted was the black eyeliner called Perversion, but it was such a good deal on getting all of these other colours as well that I couldn't resist. And my favourite one from the whole box has been the one that has the black one, Perversion, on the one end, and this sort of like metallic greeny blue shade called LSD. And Perversion is just the most amazing black eyeliner that I have ever tried in my life. It's so soft, so silky smooth, and very long wearing. And this one here, LSD, is pretty nice too. The colour payoff is not as good as Perversion. I do have to run it over quite a few more times, but as you can see, it's a really pretty sort of like midnight blue shade, and I think it's beautiful on my waterline just for like something different. And I have been really liking these eyeliners. For liquid and sort of like gel eyeliner, I've only been using my Clinique Brush On Cream Liner, I think this is what it's called, in number 2 True Black. And the last things for the eyes, no, not the last, the next to last things, the last one is very exciting, has been MAC pigments. I have been obsessed with MAC pigments, and now I've got myself 3 of those. The first one I got was this one here called Rose Gold, and MAC pigments are basically just loose pigments that are more intense than eyeshadows, and I discovered this just by googling what MAC pigment looked like on the eyes and if it was really worth the money, and I bought this one. I've not been disappointed. It has completely transformed the way that I do makeup looks for an evening makeup, because it brings out the colours so nicely. It just intensifies everything, and you only need the tiniest amount of it. So this here will last me, I think, for about 10 lifetimes. I have done a review of this on my blog with pictures and everything in detail, swatches and what it is, what it's not, what it does, what it doesn't. So if you want to see that, I'll leave the link below to that. So after I got this one, then I got the itch and I got 2 more. I got this one, which is called Vanilla, and this is a champagne-y, kind of white champagne colour. You can only see that it's metallic from really close inspection, but from a distance it looks just white, but it has a little bit of gold shimmer through it. And this one is really nice to put on my brow bone just to highlight, and the inner corner of the eyes. And the last one I got is called Naked, and this is more of a nude shade. I think this is slightly metallic, but not as much as the other ones. I haven't actually used this one yet, but I'm looking forward to using it. And the last eye makeup item that has been a permanent fixture in my makeup bag is a new eyeshadow palette. And this is the Lorac Pro eyeshadow palette. And I just love this palette. There's no words to describe other than love. It's even better, and I dare say it, than my Naked palettes. It has been around for quite a while, but I just never got around to even looking it up or reading about it. The last thing I needed was another eyeshadow palette, but I just did it. I thought, why not? I've got to have it. And look how beautiful this is. It is just stunning. It has a really great selection of eyeshadow colours that aren't all warm toned, so that's why I think it's a great palette. Some of the eyeshadows are warm toned, some are cool toned, some are matte, some are shimmery, some are light, some are dark. So to me, this is the perfect blend of the Naked 1 and the Naked 2. They're very smooth, they're buttery soft, and I'm just going to swatch some of my favourite shades for you to see, which are this gold one here, the taupe one, and the nude shade at the top. So you really don't need much of a swatch. I'm literally just touching the eyeshadows very, very slightly, and I get an amazing colour payoff, as you can see there. The one on my index finger is the gold, the middle one is the taupe, and the end one is the nude shade. And they are just amazing. And this is what I've got on my eyes today. I've got these three eyeshadows plus Espresso, which is a matte dark brown there, and Deep Purple, which is a deep purple shade. The names are really true to what the eyeshadows are. Gold is a gold shade, bronze is a bronze shade, taupe is a taupe shade, and so on and so forth. So this palette is just my baby. I have been obsessed with it, and I'm really glad I got it. The only downside for me has been the lack of availability in the UK. If you're in America, you're fine. You can find this pretty much in any websites to buy, or even in store, I think. But in the UK, it's not yet available widely. I got mine from Amazon. I will put the seller name down below. Not the seller, this is not eBay. I'll put the link to where I got it from below, and it arrived perfectly packaged, nothing broken. So that's everything for eyes. Now, lips, I promise I'm nearly done. For lips, there have only been a couple of products that have made a lasting impression on me over the last few months, and the first one is the MAC lipstick in Brave, and this is the very famous Kylie Jenner lipstick that has taken the beauty community by storm. Everybody has wanted to know what Kylie Jenner wears on her lips. Although her lips have caused a lot of controversy, really, people still want to know what she was wearing, and I was one of those people. And when I got this, I was absolutely blown away. It is such a beautiful rosy pink shade, my kind of shade. Absolutely love this. It is slightly darker than most of my pink lipsticks, but not too dark that I feel as though I don't want to wear it comfortably in the daytime. And the second thing that has made a big impression on me has been a lip liner. And I'm not a big lip liner fan, but I have been really liking this Rimmel Exaggerate full colour lip liner in the shade East End Snob. Now this was an Amelia Liana inspired purchase. I saw her talking about this as being a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in Pillow Talk, I think. So this one only cost me about £3.50, and I think it was a great purchase because I've used this so much, either with my Brave lipstick or even on its own. I've got a few other lip products here with me, but I always carry them around with me in any case, just because I don't want to be without them. The first ones are Soap and Glory lipsticks. These are two of my all-time favorites. This one here is called the Missing Pink. This was my wedding day lipstick, and as you can see, it's probably time that I get a new one. It's nearly gone. You can't even see the colour of the lipstick, but I'll do a quick swatch for you to see there. The second one is a matte version of that lipstick, and this is called Super Nude. Slightly different, slightly more, slightly darker and matte, but still a very, very beautiful shade that I love wearing on my lips. The last one I've got is the one I'm wearing today actually, and it's the Revlon Colorburst Matte Balm in the shade Standout. And this is sort of like my perfect red lipstick whenever I wear red lipsticks. I don't do it very often. And this is what it looks like there. It's quite a deep red, but not too deep. So I think that's everything that I have been loving over the last 4 or 5 months. You have been updated on the products that I've loved. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up so that I know you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more videos from me, and I'll see you all on my next video. Bye!